23-year-old Becky already has one daughter. Her name is Indiana. They live in the United Kingdom. But this couple wanted to have more children. After the girl found out she was pregnant, she made everyone happy with the news. Only they didn't expect such a surprise. The girl had an ultrasound and found out that she was going to have not one child, but as many as 3. This news was the most shocking thing she had ever heard. She couldn't have expected it because no one in her family had ever had triplets. The doctor's announcement of triplets embarrassed them a little, but they were still very happy about it. But the doctor gave them news that threw them off balance for a moment. Becky was expecting triplets. It was the most shocking news I had ever heard. In the history of our family, they had never had triplets. There was no way we could have expected this. Luckily, the pregnancy proceeded without complications, and all 3 boys seemed perfectly healthy. In the 31st week, Becca suddenly went into labor. The mother-to-be didn't know what gods to pray to when the ambulance took her to the hospital, and the babies were still very tiny. The maternity ward was in turmoil as doctors fought for the lives of premature triplets. After an emergency cesarean section, Roman, Rocco and Rohan were born. The triplets were born alive, but weighed only 1.3 kilograms. The babies were in the intensive care unit for the first 6 weeks until they were strong enough to go home. From the first days, everyone began to notice that the triplets looked exactly the same. This was strange, because the doctors told the parents that triplets are born as triplets and are very different from each other. However, in this case, even parents, who usually have no trouble distinguishing between twins, could not always do so. The doctors suggested a DNA test. The results surprised everyone. It turned out that the 3 boys were identical twins. Triplets from the same cell is a very rare phenomenon. But while doctors were figuring out the cause of the baby's resemblance and excitedly explaining how unique Becky's pregnancy was, parents had already learned to tell their tomboys apart. When they sleep, they look exactly the same. But they have completely different personalities. They all have moles between their eyebrows, but Roman has one a little darker, and Rohan has another one on his leg, says the happy mom. Liam and Becky certainly dreamed of having a big family, but they didn't expect their family to double in size at once. Now they would know peace for a long time to come.